Okay, so I'm gonna log back into Weebly so I can start blogging. I have my password and my username saved so it takes me right to my site. I went ahead and named my site Art Example Blog, but I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So I'm going to go to Edit. When I go to Edit, it brings me to my Build page. Build is building your overall blog look. So for example, that means that whatever's highlighted over here is the page that I'm working on. Right now, automatically, my blog comes with an about and a contact, and you're welcome to build those. You should build those. If you don't want those on, though, you need to go to pages and you need to delete those. If you don't want contact information on your blog, simply highlight contact and you can go to delete page. Am I sure I want to delete it? Absolutely, because I don't want it. And if you don't want an about page, you can do the same thing. But for now, to create our blog, I want to go back to our build page so I know what the overall look of my about page is. And I just want to show you how you can simply modify and change your layout. So this is a stock image and it's very easy to edit this image. I can go here, edit, add an image, and I can take the image from my computer. And then wherever it is that you store your images, in photos, I could choose any of these images to put on top. Those were my last imported in iPhoto. These are all in iPhoto. Maybe we'll go with this Portland Museum of Art. Uploading the file. And then I can make this as big or as small as I want. So I'm going to make it so that it takes up the whole page. Say OK. Save what I'm doing. And then up here it says, do I want to save this to all pages, meaning that this becomes the header for my full website, or do I want to save it to this page only? So I'm going to save to this page only. And there you have it. It's pixelated. Again, it's just something that I'm showing you. So it's the top here. And then again, on my About page, if I choose this button, I could choose the layout of what my About page is like. If I click on Design, this is again the overall design of my blog. It speaks more to my design options, such as my color, my theme, my fonts, my background, how it is that I want to edit. We chose this in the beginning, so I am going to skip over the design part. And I'm going to get to the good stuff, which is pages. To create a blog, you have to add a blog page. So I'm going right over here to Pages. I'm going to add a blog page. I'm going to name my blog page Art Education Blog. And again, you can name it whatever you want. And then I have to choose if I want a header, like what I put on my About page, or if I don't want one, if I want a tall header, a short header, or what we call a landing page. And again, the best way to decide that is to just choose one. And if you don't like it, you can delete it. It's really simple. I know what a short header looks like because that's what I have on my About page. So that's what I'm going to go with. And then I save and edit. So right now you see highlighted Art Education Blog so that I know that this is the page that I am working on. And that comes from my pages. I chose that I wanted a small header. So again, I'm just going to edit the image. I'm going to add an image. I'm going to take the image from my computer. Maybe find a non-pixelated one for you guys this time so you see what that looks like. So if you don't know your way around your files, this is definitely a good time to prepare yourself. And I think I will just take this really great image of the art show. It's uploading. The larger the file, the longer it takes to upload. And there you have it, the middle school art show at Westbrook. And then I have, what I didn't show you before, are some different editing tools if I wanted to, if I hadn't pre-edited this photograph, if I needed to crop it, if I wanted to rotate it, if I want to change its opacity, I want it to be able to see through, if I want to give it a fade, and a different effect. Those are all up here if you want to, if you need to edit your photo. I suggest pre-editing your photograph because I feel like these editing tools are kind of limited. But to save you time, you can also edit right here in Weebly. So I'm going to say OK. I'm going to save just to this page. Remember, I just want this on my blog page, so I don't save it to my About, so save to this page only. And then that's the top of my art education blog. I'm going to scroll down and see I don't have any blog posts yet. Well, this is where we start, which is really, really great. So I want to create a new post. And this is my blog page. New post. So the first thing I start with is a post title. Welcome to my blog. Doesn't have to be that cheesy. Whatever you want. The date automatically comes up, and then you start to be able to build your blog post. And to build your blog post, you use everything that's over here in the left bar. Okay, so this is the left-hand bar. This is where all your editing tools for your blog are. Right now, I have T highlighted, and that's mainly, all of my text and image options. Next to that, I have my structure options. So that's if I want a divider or a spacer, if I want to put a button or a search box in. And you'll play with these tools. You'll see what they look like. The next is media. So if you wanted to insert a video, if you want to insert audio, if you want to insert a PDF or a Word document, if you have a YouTube link, a Flash link, or just some sort of file that you want to put on your page, you do all that through the media. And then there's a more. And a more allows you to use like social icons. It allows you to use different sort of applications that Weebly has created within your blog. So let's say that you want people to be able to take a survey through one of your blog posts. You have that option here. If you wanted to add a feed reader to what it is you're doing, if you want to link it to a forum, all of that is in your more option. So I'm going to start with the text and the image. Text and image works together, and it's under T. And then all I have to do is drag the element that I want right into the area under my blog. I think it is really pretty simple when you think about it. So if I want to add a title, I would drop it. But now I just want to add a body of text, so I drop it right into my body. And there's my text. I can start typing away. Also, if you have some documents that you've already written up or worked from, or you're taking from another source, you can always copy and paste into this text option too. So if you have a lot of documents pre-made, or you're trying to put out something that's you've already done, now you just want to change it to blog format, then you can do that just by copying and pasting, which I think is really nice. So I'm just going to take a PDF just to show you how to do that, how to copy and paste, because I find that that's a really quick way to work if you already have, use what you already have, So I'm just going to highlight stuff from this PDF. I apologize for my computer being so slow. I just have a lot of things going on it right now. And I can copy and paste that right into here. Copy and paste, and it comes up, and I can restructure the text if I don't like the way that it looks from where I copy and paste. If I want to change the size, if I want it to change the color, all of that happens kind of like it would in any of your word processing software. So Microsoft Word, a Pages, you'll notice that this look is pretty similar to what they have there. So I could change the color of my text, I could change the size of my text, and I love just the bigger or smaller rather than choosing your font size, because sometimes you don't know what it looks like on a screen. Adding bullet points, how you want it formatted. All of that is up to you. If you need something to be bold, if you want something to be underlined, all of that works like it does in a word processor. So I'll just make that bold. And then here's my writing about it. But that is a pretty lame blog post, all words. So I just want to show you really quickly how maybe you can add some images to those words. So I'm going to come over here to slideshow, and I'm going to drop below my words slideshow, and it's going to give me all these different styles of slideshow that I can add. So there's a simple slideshow, which is just going through thumbnails, so many. I tend to like the big one with thumbnails on the bottom, so I'll go to continue. And then again, I'm gonna upload all the images I want to be in my slideshow from my computer. So I'm gonna upload from my computer. And then Russia trip, because that's what I'm writing about. Look at all these documents I already have, all these JPEGs. I think I'm gonna put them right in there. Shift through to 19. What I want to do is put more than one image in at a time. And I'm just showing you that you can highlight, like if you have multiples, if you want to add just number 1, number 3, and number 4, you can do that by pressing Shift. You can also highlight multiple ones that you want to add. So I'll go to Open. Like I said, the larger the image, the longer it takes. So right now I am going to upload 9 images. You see them coming up. Once they're all uploaded, if I didn't have them named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if they were scattered, I would just need to drag them around to place them where I want them to be in my slideshow. But they're all where I want them to be in my slideshow. But just to show you, if I wanted this to be last, I would drag it down. If I want it to be first, I'll move it up. If that makes sense. Save. So now you'll see that I have a wonderful slideshow added to the bottom that has a thumbnail view. Not quite done yet because we have to go to our post options. And what I'd like you to look at in your post options are a few of the advanced settings that they give you. So first is, when do you want it to be published? You can publish it immediately, or you can start a blog post and have it published at a scheduled time. Like let's say you like to update your blog once a week on Fridays, you can schedule that. But for now, I'm just gonna go with immediately. And then comments. When you first start a blog, I don't think it's a great idea to keep your comments completely open, but you do want people to interact with your blog. That's the reason that we're creating them. So I would click require approval, which means to your email address, when someone comments, it's going to come to you and you're going to approve whether or not that goes onto your blog. That way people can't make nasty comments without you seeing them first. People can still make nasty comments, but you just delete them. You say, I don't want them. But that shouldn't happen to you. But just in case it does, and if you're new to blogging, I think it's really important to require approval. Once you establish yourself, you can keep it completely open. Categories. Do you want your blog to be tagged? Do you want someone to search your blog's archives for what this blog post is about? This blog post is about socially motivated art education. So I could write art education as a category. So every time I blog under the category of art education, we'll archive them all together, just sort of group them. And if you go to the advanced settings, then this is the way that you can change how it's searched for, if you want to, but it's not too big. Take a look at your first blog post. Everything looked good. Do you have everything that you want? If you needed to add more or less, you would just take from this side. If you want to put a divider, let's say, between your words and your images, then I would take my divider and I would slide it where I want it to go. there I have it. I have a line now between my words and images. That's how it works. It's really quick and simple. And you'll play with the tools and you'll get used to things and you'll like some things more than others. And I think that's absolutely great. So once you're done putting your words in, putting your images in, adding any structure, any media, you go ahead and you post. And the reason that screen came up is because we still haven't made this site live. And I'm not going to make this site live because it's not something that I'll really be working on. It's just something I'll publish at the end as a tutorial. But there you have it, the view of our new blog post. Kind of cool. It's that simple. I'd like you to try.